Hi everyone, and welcome to my next video in the Bayonetta 2 series on the Wii U. This is Chapter 3, Paradiso, The Gates of Paradise. So this chapter is a straight-up boss battle, which is really cool. I believe this is what you saw in the prologue of the game, this flying snake-like angel. And it's pretty cool. It opens with a cinematic with you and Loki, and then it turns into this gigantic swirling vortex of water, and you're kind of on the outside of it, and there's pieces of building flying at you, and I like the wind effects and the splashing water, and those are pretty hard to dodge. Not the structures, but when the angel comes and it strikes at you a few times throughout this first part, I had a hard time dodging it. It took me a couple tries to get the timing right. He'll appear and then almost immediately lunge out at you, so you have to be ready for it. And then here, after you do a punch attack, you're now on the inside of the vortex, which just looks awesome. Lightning all over the place, and occasionally you'll have these giant structures and towers pass through the center, and you have to dodge those. I haven't been able to get through this particular section without getting hit by one of those buildings, but in a future pass, hopefully. So eventually, after a couple attacks, you'll come to the outside, and now you're in this great heaven-like area with 3 of these flying angels. Just looks great. I like the gold feathers on them. They look really, really good. Again, something I've mentioned in past videos on this series is just the use of color and how bright the game looks compared to the first Bayonetta. It's just really nice and sharp, and just a very beautiful game to look at. Those feathers are probably reminiscent of one of the bosses from the first Bayonetta, except they were blue. And that was one of my favorite bosses from the first game, is the one where you're on the surface of the boss, getting rid of these energy sources. It felt very much like Super Mario Galaxy to me, so that was one of my favorites. And the bosses in Bayonetta are some of my favorite stages. They're really fun, and they do have this intuitive feel to them that makes them really great to play. So here's the final encounter, and this one's not too bad. You have to just be ready to dodge his sharp talons right there. So he'll swipe at you, and then he'll do this attack occasionally where he will do a succession of 4 quick swipes at you, and so you just have to dodge all 4, and then you'll go into full witch time where you can damage him quite a bit. But yeah, I love the clouds. I love the structures and everything in the background that's flying by, and I do also like how these bosses have multiple stages to them. Really fun. And another improvement in this stage in particular is that there isn't any beginning or end part where you're just doing some fighting. It's just pure boss fight, and I like that. I wish they had done that more often in the first Bayonetta, but instead you have to do some fighting in the beginning, and then you fight the boss, and then there's more fighting at the end, which just kind of feels a little out of place. And especially if you're going with this chapter-like structure, it makes more sense to me that you would do just a discrete boss battle or an exploratory stage. So here you're kind of getting towards the end, and once you knock him down to no health, you can do your climax move. And this is another new one to Bayonetta 2. So she does her little dance, summons this demon, and I can never understand what she says. I'm assuming it's the name of this demon with the giant sword. She tosses them up in the air, jumps up, and then, almost like Knights of the Round from Final Fantasy VII, just slices the heck out of them. And that's the end of Chapter 3. Very fun, great variety. I really enjoyed that. Only got gold, but hopefully next time I'll be able to platinum or pure platinum it. Anyway, thanks for checking this out, and see you in the next video.